Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
She starts mail okay.
Old Mark, where I am.
Good morning, sir.
अरे काल काय झालं ती परी आहे ना पास्ता घेऊन आली तर
Sakshi, can you see me?
Yes, no, sir, I cannot.
Okay, just a moment. Oh, now can you hear me?
Yes, Sakshi, you can start.
Okay. Welcome, Suswagatam, Bienvenue, and good afternoon to one and all. My name is Sakshi Singh from SYBSc Hospitality. On behalf of Sayok College of Management Studies, welcome all attendees for today's fantastic session. Established in 2012 and 13 and affiliated to the Mumbai University, Sayok College of Management Studies is nested in the city of Lakes, Thane. Making rapid strides in its educational offerings, Sayok College of Management Studies offer bachelor's degree programs for aspiring students in the domains of hospitality, information technology, and management studies. NAC accredited and Thane's premier college of hotel management, committed not only to provide quality education, but also in creation of a platform for the students to launch their careers. Sayok College has constantly endeavored to bring out the best in the students, helping them to enrich their skills by making the best possible use of its existing resources. Now, let me brief you about today's amazing session. They are counselors, they are superb listeners, conversation initiators, pent-up emotional releasers, mind healers, passionate servers, argument enders, cheer-up buddies, and friendship builders. For many and bear a unique power to forge over the counterbond between two totally unknown strangers. You must be wondering, who on earth are these unique magical beings? Aren't you? Folks, they are none other than the bartenders. Pharmacists with limited inventory but maximum impact. Today's session, entitled The Journey of a Bartender, has been planned by keeping in mind the dream that majority of hospitality students possess of being a chef. But wait a second. Today we'll see how to be a chef, but a different kind of chef. That is, a liquid chef. As the session rolls on, I request all the attendees to kindly make notes, as many unknown things are about to be revealed. And also, our guest is going to break a lot of your myths. So do make notes on the go of, as the session will certainly enrich you with in-depth knowledge. I also request all the attendees to place themselves on mute for smooth experience. May I now call Professor Nikhil Wankere to introduce our guest for today's session, Mr. Abhishek Shevare.
Good afternoon, one and all. On behalf of Sayok College of Management Studies, I, Professor Nikhil Wankere, welcome you all. Today, we have us with one of elite personality from industry, Mr. Abhishek Shevare, who as an international bartender and have 10 years of industry experience, Mr. Abhishek have done his BA in hospitality management in the year of 2012. After he got opportunity to work with the Four Seasons Hotels, Mumbai, and work with the Air Bar, which is one of the world's top 50 bars. Also work with the many brands like Four Seasons, Marriott, Starwoods, Hyatt, Shangri-La, travel across the world. Mr. Abhishek was a part of pre-opening for a best bars in the world like Hendrik Bar Dubai, Four Seasons Maldives, Manhattan, Singapore. We welcome you, Mr. Abhishek. Now, I would like to felicitate Mr. Abhishek Shevde with a virtual bouquet.
Thank you, Nikhil and Sakshi. It's really, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, I don't think you guys can see me. Can you guys see me?
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome. So thank you, Nikhil and Sakshi. It was really great. I actually remember of one of my friend who used to be in ITM college at that particular time, and her name is Shalom. Even Mr. Pritam is aware of it. And yes, a great speech. Thank you so much. I love the passion and what the introduction was. And coming back to my journey, yes, I started with, first of all, I passed out from Hotel Management College from ITM, which was in Kargar, and now it's in Nerul, I believe. And passed out in the year 2012. Started my journey with Four Seasons. I always wanted to be focusing more on F&B and in beverages, because when I was doing my hotel management, I always joined hotel management school to become a chef. But actually, I never knew that what is hotel management, and I always had a frame of that I will one day become a good chef and then come out from the college. However, I did not keep that thing fixed to my mind. I always had that I will spread and I will see what are the opportunities that come back to me. So yes, I did a lot of trainings during my internship and my college times, and at the time I realized that food and beverage is my core of interest, where I started gaining a lot of knowledge in terms of service, in terms of having knowledge about wines, having knowledge about familiars, having the pairing of food and wine, having different cocktail experiences. And that's how I started focusing my career with food and beverage industry. And I thought, what is the best for me? And that's how I decided that I always wanted to become a bartender, not a chef. But it's always said that, as Sakshi rightly mentioned, that it's a liquid chef. The new designations what every hotel right now calls. Some people call bar chef. Some people call them as liquid chef. I know there are different names and new designations that come out from every property to property. But however, we are also one of the chefs in the because it's all related to science, and it's all about mixing two ingredients or mixing two beverages or mixing having said that using the best garnishes or using something which is called, which I'm going to talk in my coming topic, which is called as sustainable, using the best of the resources that is available. So yes, this is what then I started with. Okay, so I started with Four Seasons because I always had a thing in my mind where my parents used to always say that if it's hotel management, then once you pass out, it's all the good hotels that they knew was only Taj and Oberoi, and if something was more beyond that, was ITC. So my parents always said, "Oh no, you join Oberoi, you join Taj," and so I said, "Okay, fair enough." So, however, when I passed out from the college, I had around 8 offer letters to my campus recruitment. It was not a management trainee or such, to be honest, but it was just Oberoi, which was OSER, and rest all were starting entry level. So, but I decided that I need to choose a good platform for myself. So I didn't know. I thought I will join Oberoi because I got an offer. But I had one of my friend who is also a successful bartender today. He's in US. His name is Kovik Das Gupta. So he came to me and he's like, you have a offer from Four Seasons, and you should definitely join Four Seasons. Why you join Oberoi? I said, Four Seasons, I never heard about this brand. So he said, then he started sharing a few videos and some knowledge about those bars and the hotel and stuff. And then I realized that, I only kept my mind focused towards one property or only the Indian brands, or probably, just because I didn't research more about it. So I just kept it focused toward a limited, knowledge that I had. However, when I went back, I decided that I would join Four Seasons. And when I started with Four Seasons, I called HR director and had the ability to tell them, sir, that what, I have 8 offer letters in my hand, and would you be able to give me a position of a bartender? So he said, right now we don't have such positions available. However, you can join and then focus on bar, and then you can join bar. So I still remember a small experience that I would like to share with you all is once I went to Four Seasons, I had to start my career with banquets because, there was nothing that a fresher can directly go and join into bars. So I started my career with banquets, and then started with banquet bar. And then my seniors and my superior, my supervisors, my managers realized that I'm really interested and passionate about beverages. So they tried to polish my, they started polishing my career with Four Seasons, and that's how I got to work in Air. And Air is one of the top Asia's top 50 bars in today's date, and it's in world number 47. If you see. So these are the bars that I got an opportunity. But I went there, and my first, I still remember that time there was no Facebook. That time we used to use Orkut, or there was something similar to that. So I first started posting on that, saying that I am a bartender at Air, and this is how it's this is how it's gonna work for me. So, but my manager calls me and later tells me that what do you know about bartending? What are you? And how can you put a post on social media saying that you're a bartender for Air? And then he realized, then that's the time I realized that I did something wrong and it was not correct. But I took that as a challenge for my career, and that's how I actually ended up looking at it. And I took that as a challenge. He gave me a lot of challenges. It was really a tough time for me to start my journey, but that was really an experience and a journey for me to start. And that's the reason today I am a successful beverage manager and a bartender. And I've traveled the world. I've seen the best bars in the world. And by God's grace, everything is going on the right path with all my passion and dedication towards beverages and bartending. So that's a short introduction, and that I would like to share to you all.
That is absolutely great, sir.
Sakshi, is it possible that I can see everyone? Because
Okay, we'll just
we can
try and
on the
make them
cameras.
arrange that.
Yeah, just let them all on the cameras, but keep the speaker off,
Okay, sir.
because I can at least talk to them in terms of
Right, sir.
I can understand what is the expression, because it's difficult
Now
for
I
a one
request everyone. Now I request everyone to keep their camera on so that our guest will have a proper view and will talk to you in a person. Okay, Sakshi, over to you.
We now announce the beginning of the session. Cheers, everyone.
Okay, so the wait is over. Now we have us with us, that is Mr. Abhishek Shevade. So, sir, let you know, we have a 10th and 12th aspirant who wants to be a bartender. Basically, they want to pursue their career in bartending. And somehow they watch the videos in YouTube, Instagram, how to mix the drinks and how the bartender flares. So that is very exciting. Okay. So they have read it all the news, they have read it all the books, and they have the proper definition of bartending. So we would like to know from your side, what is exactly bartending and what is the role of bartending?
Sure. So bartending is basically, it's a glamour. But when I say it's a glamour, it is not only that for example, you go to a 5-star hotel and you see that there's a bartender standing behind the bar wearing that nice suit and, he's mixing a cocktail. But we only see that as a glamour, but the behind the scenes are always something which we need to really learn being a hospitality profession. And bartender is not about just somewhere that you start your career and say that I want to become a bartender. It is a lot of research that we need to spend. There's a lot of time that you need to spend. There's a lot of contacts that you need to build up within the community. There's a lot of ideas, or use something which is really sustainable to your home products. In today's generation, or I'm also from the same generation, not a different one, but I see a lot of young bartenders who come out and pass out from the college go into a lot of fancy things in terms of building up a cocktail. It is, I cannot say it is wrong, but however, my suggestion to it would be that always keep your drink or a beverage very simple. Always use something which is really present over your eyes, and not go something beyond going and spending, say, a vanilla pod, or getting edible flour, which is say 800 rupees a flour. It doesn't make sense. And when you are a bartender, you need to always see what is available within your boundaries. It's very useful. You can use anything to create a cocktail. Trust me, you can use anything to create a cocktail. It can be your kitchen, something that is thrown by your mom in the dustbin, something which is in your garden, something which is a dust, which is a refined product that can be reused again to create a cocktail. And also, yes, it is about the personality that you carry about as a bartender. It is about how you presentable. It is not only about being a bartender. Is that I know my beverages very well. I am a sommelier. I have done my courses. I've done my WSET levels, and right now I'm a good bartender. But it does not matter. Communication that you connect. There's something which is called a connection that really impacts over your career. And being a bartender is that how well are you connected with the guest. When I say when you're well connected, because it's something that your guest is coming back for you, and coming back for your drink. Or for example, I know a guest which comes to a bar and say orders a Negroni. So I know his preference. Probably he likes it on the rocks, or he just wants 1 cube of ice. I know his preferences. So, however, it is always important for you to take that personality and showcase that same personality over your cocktail. So you need to have a good presentation. You need to have a good glassware. You need to have a good palate. First of all, you need to keep, for being a bartender, I would say it's science. You need to keep tasting new ingredients. For example, your mom is using some masala at home. Just take a pinch of it. Taste it. Build up your buds, build up your senses, which will really help you to, there's something that you never ate before, but probably you like that. And then you start building up your palate. And then that's how you can build up your cocktail. That's how you can build something of your own creation, which is really important for being a bartender.
Okay, that was a truly rightly said, sir. It was like, if you want, I want to say, basically bartending or making drinks is like a bit of an art or a bit of a science. What makes you perfect? That is the human factor. Okay, so bartender should have a right attitude to make that drink. So what my next question to you is, how important is your preparation and mise en place?
Okay, so mise en place and preparation are the major key of anything that you run in terms of a chef, in terms of bartending, is because if your prep is done, for example, you have a mise en place which is really very strong, and that's only a show game of 6 hours on your duty hours, which you show the guest, and you can earn revenue. When your mise en place are not strong, you end up losing revenues, because if your mise en place are not ready and the guest is asking for a cocktail or for example, your store pickup is not done properly, or you don't have the wine available with you, you end up ending that money, which is really a loss for you. And your manager would definitely highlight that point with you, saying that we are losing somewhere, we're being careless, and that's the reason we are not planned. Second thing, coming to mise en place, is something which I would like to, I don't know how many of you must be aware of. There's something called as pre-batch cocktails. So let me introduce you to this small world of pre-batch cocktails. Pre-batch is something, you pre-mix your drink and keep it. So it's something called a pre-mixer. Is, for example, you take cocktail called Cosmopolitan. So Cosmopolitan has vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and sweet and sour mix. So, however, you just put this and pre-batch, your top selling cocktails. For example, you have 10 or 15 cocktails in the menu. However, you take this cocktail as one of the pre-batches cocktail, which is very fast moving. This can happen in banquets. This you can do it probably in your coffee shop, which is a lot of orders are going and dispensing on a daily basis. So you just pre-batch it in the bottle and keep it. So when you just get an order, you just stir your drink and pick it up. So what happens in this is you can actually, do a pre-batch cocktail where your standard guest time to get a cocktail on the table is 5 minutes. So the standard time is 5 minutes. However, the guest gets the cocktail by 3 minutes. So these are all 3-sip cocktails. That is why it is served in short glasses. It has a fancy glasses because by then you have a Cosmopolitan, it's a 3-sip. So these are all short, like martinis, cosmos, daiquiris. These are all 3-sip cocktails. So what happens is there's a lot of chance for us to actually go ahead and push this cocktail, and you can actually go ahead and there's a right for the guest to order for a second one. So you turn your business to double. And when the guest starts liking it and he knows that the order is coming and the service is accurate, he definitely goes on ordering for more. That is what something is a thing that we have to actually look at, which is called pre-batching. So what pre-batching happens is this is how you batch your cocktails and keep it. So as soon as that's the time where you do your prep before your shift hours. So for example, your bar starts at 5 in the evening. So you come at 3 o'clock. That 2 hours, if you're doing a strong mise en place, and if you have everything by hand. So for example, if I have a bartending station, this is my station, and I need to ensure that being a bartender, I do not run for anything back. If I'm running, that means I am losing out my guest, because that's the time where your guest starts raising your hand. That's the time where the guest feels that there's delay in service. There's no attention given to the guest. So station should be set properly where you have, everything, including your backup of your drinks, backup of the lime juice, backup of the simple syrup. So everything should be prepped at that station. So mise en place are really, really important. Let it be for a chef, let it be for a bartender. It is really, really important. It's a key for us to actually ensure that the good revenue is done.
So as everybody knows, the mise en place is very important in every aspect, every department. As we do mise en place, that will ease you to work in the operation. Okay, so that was the good thing you share with us, that is pre-batching. So hope everybody who's watching and attending this webinar is really taking notes. And this is very important to make a note when you are listening something from the person who is already in the industry. Okay, my next question to you is, sir, as you mentioned, you have done your BSc Hospitality from ITM Khagar, and we would like to hear something from how was your college days, and when did you thought you would be a bartender someday? And how would you basically encourage our 10th and 12th students and already who is graduating from our college? How will you inspire them?
See, as I said before, I'm sure like right now, how many of them are live? I think somewhere close to 76.
76 are live, and some of them are live on YouTube, sir.
Sure. So out of the 76, I'm sure not everyone wants to be in food and beverage industry. There are a lot of girls out there who will not want to do, who are not really interested in food and beverage industry. That's fine. I mean, it's all about your passion. If you have a passion, if you want to be a chef, good for you. So it is about all your passion. The hospitality industry is, I would just not say about bartending. Let me just put it across to the entire session. Like everyone who is interested in hospitality, I'm sure every one of them are interested. That's why they're here. But however, the bartending industry is not just related to, a lot of bartenders. I can tell you by names. I can tell you openly that these people have just come to the industry, but they are not succeeded because not everyone can be in the industry. The industry is not very easy. It is really, really tough because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition in the industry. There are a lot of But yes, there is always a success to that industry. A hospitality profession a graduate can be flexible to any situation, to any circumstances that comes in his life, because he's been practiced in that way during the operation, like training, during during their college times, and any given sessions to a person, I'm sure they will come out of with a solution, and that's how we have been trained. That's how I was being trained when I was in ITM. So coming back to the point is hospitality is, I understand there are 4 core departments, and we mostly focus on first year we come to hotel management college and we see मैं तो यहाँ पे chef बनने के लिए आया हूँ. I want to be a chef. I want to be a front office because I'm a girl. I want to focus. I'm good artist, so I would probably go in housekeeping, and rest of them would probably go to F&B service. So yeah, it is your choice, but hospitality industry has completely changed. What I see from past 10 years is it is about, you can't, being a hospitality graduate, you can not only see all these 4 core areas. However, you can start your career with these 4 areas, but it has an expansion to a different level where you can, for example, you can go through, for example, someone who's passed on from BCom graduate, you can not only focus on, you can start with probably food and beverage or front office, and then you can move his career to revenue. You can be a revenue manager. You can look into looking his career with revenue. That's something which is really great. And even the GM is dependable sometimes on the revenue manager, because all the figures and facts is being discussed by him or her. Second is, you can also be someone who's good at, who's interested in purchase. You can focus his career in purchase. You can be a purchase manager. There's no harm. There's no harm in being into different, because these are the backbone of your core departments. If these departments won't function properly, or they are not trained enough to function properly, so you're not even looking for that profession. For example, I can share, if my purchase manager does not know which wine to order, okay, there's no use of me becoming a beverage manager, because he would not do his part because he doesn't know the name of that wine. So that same thing, even I'll have to go back and I'll have to sit with him, and there's been a lot of problems within the team itself, and that will affect the guest at the end. So being a hotel management graduate, you can also be a purchase manager. You can focus yourself on purchase. There's something else called as PR and marketing, which is in today's world we call it a markup, which is the PR and sales and marketing entirely comes. Right now the hotel looks at a lot of these activations from hotel management graduate as well. You do a specific course after your graduation, and that's what even the hotel pays for it. Some hotels pay for it if you're really passionate about it. But these all start with the 4 areas. So if your 4 areas are strong, and if the hotel generates that confidence in you, definitely you can focus within the other areas also. I have a lot of my friends who are passed out from the same college, same batch. They are right now probably security managers for different 5-star hotels. And trust me, they are in such a situation where they are earning more than what any one of us are earning. And they know F&B service as well. They know chef. They know what is safety. They are also securities, which are really a hotel management graduate. So don't think that being a hotel management graduate is only 4 areas, and that's only the boundaries for me. No, it is very expansion. It is really very spread across. Even I have few of my colleagues who are stewarding managers. And there's no harsh. I know everyone will struggle for 1 or 2 years when you start your career, because people don't know you. And for you to be known in the market, or to know in your industry, or to know in your company, you have to showcase, you have to prove it. So if you prove it, being a stewarding manager, then you don't have to wash vessels for the rest of your life. For that 2 years, you'll have to wash, but you directly, you get a lot of chemical knowledge. Probably, I don't know, being a beverage manager, which is the best chemical used for washing my glass, which will make my cutlery properly shine. But that is also a very good, there's a lot of growth in all these areas, which I think you guys should really focus. It's not just keep your boundaries to all these 4 core areas. This is your core areas. Definitely, I do agree. But however, look at expansion. Start with it and look at expansion of your career to also, once you come into the industry. And also, it's very important for one point that I would like to share with you all is, look for a good brand when you join. It is very important for you, especially if you're a 3rd-year student here right now. and you guys are more, in the stage where you start looking for jobs in the coming years, it's very important for you to understand this right now, that look for good brands. Don't jump because the company is paying you 2,000 rupees extra. Okay, look for a brand which will expand your career. Look for something which is going to be, after 5 years probably no problem if you're on the same level, or definitely will grow within 2 or 3 years, but not that growth as your friend has got in a different company. But however, look for a brand which will protect you. In today's COVID situation, I understand a lot of hotels which have been, told people to leave, and it's because of the business. It's nothing personal, or people have been working for 10 years also have been asked to leave. It's because also one thing is because of the payroll. Yeah, in a high level, and they're being asked to leave is because the company can't afford at this point of time to pay people. So, but that is a crisis point of time. But however, when you are, and I'm sure the things will come back very soon and everything will be normal in the situation, but look at a good brand. Don't see what position you're getting. Don't see management training, right? So I'm going here. Oh, okay, good for you if you're getting management training. However, just don't keep yourself for being a management trainee. You're not come join hotel management to become a manager. Management to become a management trainee probably, but just yes, you will become a manager one day. But let that journey go with a smoothness. Let that journey go with all your passion. Think about every step that you take in your life. Think about every levels that you want to achieve. That's the sweetness of that journey. That's the achievement, and that's the that's how you'll feel the entire the journey. Right now, if you ask me 10 years, I also can be a management trainee. I was offered in 4 seasons, but I never wanted to go with a management trainee because I knew when I become management trainee, one day I'll end up being a restaurant manager and a director of restaurants, or then being a director F&B. But what's after that for me? Or general manager in a couple of years. But that's not the end. There are a lot of expansion. There are a lot of things that you need to sit down and think about yourself and think about your journey as to what you want to be. But if you get a management trainee, you're lucky. But yes, it's not easy to also get a management trainee. And management trainee is like you see your 5 years in 2 years time. Okay, that's the strength that every hotel would give you tough time. Okay, there are different stages that you go to a management trainee. You start with, even you have to wash vessels. Even will have to start from stewarding. You'll have to start from housekeeping. You'll have to wash every step. You'll be given cross department training. Okay, so you'll be sent to security. You'll be sent to purchase. You'll be sent to housekeeping. You'll be sent to front office. So you will be sent to engineering, because in case of fire emergency and in case of evacuation or anything that is there, a quick reaction, what would it be? How can you save your team? Everything is being taught when you join on board. So this is something which you will have, but yes, it's not going to be a smooth journey for a management trainee. So yeah, that's all about it, and it's a very smooth journey, guys. Nothing to worry about it. It's nothing. It's not a rocket science. It's just that how your passion takes you. If you have passion, definitely you would end up going to good hands, and always have a mentor that you can look at and follow that guy, follow that person. Whoever he or she is there, but always have a mentor that is there, and look at the person. You definitely take it a good path. Yeah, that's there about me.
That's truly very inspiring, sir. Your words are very inspiring. I must say, all the students which are available right now here are very inspired through your words. My next question to you is, you mentioned earlier that you have VSET, that certified examination. So what type of other examinations are there for a bartending for a certified examination? What are the other options we have apart from VSET?
See, there is bartending. There are a lot of courses and a lot of, a lot of bartending colleges, institutions, like there's something called in Goa, which is EBS, European Bar School. There's something in Mumbai itself, we have, which Pankaj Kamble was running now, Sachin Gowda is taking care, Clarology, and there are a lot of other institutions which are there. CND is there, Cocktails and Dreams, which is almost running for more than 10 years, 10 or 12 years now. So these are the good, bartending courses. But trust me, they will not teach you anything that is apart from your books. So what you study in your second year and if you study in your third year it is the same thing probably they would teach you. It's only the extra thing that they would add on is the flair, which the college would probably not teach you. I'm not sure if right now hotel management college have flair classes or anything as such. I'm not sure. We didn't have it. But I'm not sure about it. So, but however, that's the only thing that they would teach you. My suggestion to everyone would be is don't join any bartending course. Rather than that, do something which is the wine sommelier, which hotel probably a college can give you a limited knowledge. But when you do a wine course, when you do a WSET, it give you an expansion of more knowledge as to in terms of wine, and it's a lot of deep studies. Guys. It's like going to probably a region of Bordeaux, which is in France. So the region of Bordeaux would have different zones with different climatic conditions of grapes which are grown over there, like Chablis or Pédetois, different wines, expensive wines like Petrus, how are they stored, and it gives you a lot of expansion about wine knowledge. This is something which you can look at as wine course, or do a course which is into spirits. Right now we have specialized course only in spirits. So if you're not interested in wines, it's okay. I mean, you should have a basic knowledge in wines. However, if you're interested in spirits, you have different you have company which sponsor you for doing all these courses, like Jack Daniels. They have whiskey sommeliers or whiskey conversions, which they do blind tastings. There'll be like 8 to 10 whiskeys of different brands and different even when Johnny Walker is being cast in the barrel, they give you different tasting sessions that happen. This is all courses which are really, really useful for us in looking at in terms of courses. My recommendation, my personal suggestion would be just don't do bartending course and waste your money. Rather than that, look for a WSET course and do something which is really going to help, because whatever you're going to learn in the industry coming ahead when you join your industry, it's the same thing what you see. So there's no point. And nowadays, trust me, guys, there's no flair which is done in a good reputed hotel. Flair will only happen in banquets. The flair which you see is only going to happen in probably if you do an ODC or a wedding event, or which is really going to but yes, there's something called as work flair, which is there, which is really is like when you're making a drink, you just flair with your mixing glass or a jigger or your cocktail shaker and stuff. That's work flair that you can practice by YouTube or different channels. You don't have to join a bartending school for that. My suggestion is not to do hotel management. After doing hotel management, some who are not doing hotel management, who are just doing a diploma course and want to focus more on beverages. So yeah, for them it's fine. Do a bartending course and gain more knowledge, because what your second year and third year will teach you, the same thing they will also teach you. There's nothing different from that.
Okay, that was the answer I was expecting. And sir, as an F&B enthusiast, I have more focus on an inventory. Okay, please throw and enlighten us what exactly inventory and excise book plays an important role in bartending.
Yeah, as you said, as I told in my before lines, I said is bartending is not about just mixing drinks and making a creative cocktails and being a face for that outlet. Yes, this all is important, but the most important thing is what pays you is the inventory. If you don't know what is an inventory, you are probably not fit for that job. So coming back to the point about inventory is something that you have a record of everything that you get in and out from your bar or from the hotel. So, for example, a beverage manager like me, I would probably have to do the entire hotel inventory. So the worth of alcohol which I would have is somewhere, every hotel would have minimum for 3 crores. So that's the inventory what I have to manage. So inventory is like how much sale, like every 30 ml or 60 ml. That in European words, it's called in ounces. It's like 1 ounce is 30, 2 ounces is 60. So we in India or in Asian countries, we say we single shot, double shot, we say 30, 60. So these are the words that we use. So yeah, that's every peg that comes to your bar is being counted. Every drink that you serve is being counted. Every cocktail that you make is being counted, because I will explain you shortly as to how we do it. So for example, there's something called as par stock, which the store maintains. The store, the hotel, there's a purchase manager or the controller, cost controller. Cost controller is not only responsible for beverages, he is also responsible for food and everything that is related to cost of the hotel. in terms of expenses and not in income, but only in expenses. So the cost controller takes care of the entire inventory of the food and beverages. But when it comes to beverage, he's also responsible for ordering of the alcohol. So when the alcohol comes, he has the exact stock, the worth of the value in terms of money, how much stock is there in the store. And accordingly, the pass stock is the most important key for a hotel to run. Without a pass stock, we lose a lot of business. We might order something which is really not of use. We end up spending more money of our owners because everything is being paid by the owners. So the owners pay a lot of money in terms of in terms of getting the exact alcohol for us and spending over the brands for us. So, however, this is all managed by the beverage manager and the controller. So once that is there, then we raise there are a lot of softwares. Every hotel has a different software. There is Birch Street, there is Micro, there is PNS, and a different software. Every hotel would have a different software. So we raise a request to the storekeeper. So everything that is there, you can exactly see what stock is available in the system itself, which will showcase that this is what is available. For example, if I say Johnny Walker Black Label, I have 12 or 15 bottles in the store, which will exactly show me. And once the controller's job is every day, once he gives out the store in the evening, he will minus everything from his inventory. Whatever comes from the whatever he purchases, that will be add on to the store. So that is the minus and plus that he has. So that is for him is only bottles. He doesn't do anything related to peg wise. The story starts for us is from here where when we get into our bars, we mostly don't sell it to bottles. If it's good, if you sell it to bottles, it's directly a good revenue for us. But however, we sell by peg.
I think we have lost him. We have got some connection issue. Till now, we are open for question answer session. If you have any questions, students, you can put it in the chat box. We will take your question to the host or basically guest. Guys, wait for 5 minutes. Abhishek sir is joining for within 5 minutes. We got some internet connection issues. Guys, if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat box. We will take your question to the guest.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're
Yeah,
audible.
I'm really sorry. There's some connectivity going in connecting. So yeah, can you all see me? Yeah. Uh, can you see me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, sorry for that. So we're coming back to the point of inventory. So inventory is something which when we get these stocks back to the bar, so we have to actually ensure that this entire thing has been taken care, and you start from there are different columns to it which says as opening stock, which is transfer, which is called IBT, inter beverage transfer, and it's something called as which is under that column which mentions as sale, and at the end fourth column would be closing, and remarks. Remarks can be probably there's spoilage or there's a shortage, pilferage, or anything as such. So this exercise book is really important in terms of government, is because there are two things which is really important in bar is the first the, the first part is your excise book, because it's been managed by the government. So there's an excise inspector who comes once a month, and he will definitely inspect your bar and look into the inventory, and whatever you fill in, we'll definitely have a look at it. And you can't do any cancellations or anything with the pen, or you can't work on it, because once that is done, then if multiple times is done, then you'll have to pay, ending up paying some fine that will have to pay. Second thing is it's called peg measure, jigger, peg measure, the different words that is being used in different hotels. But that is something which is given by the government for every, you have to buy it from the government, and then that's the only peg measure which you can use in your bar, because someone can just make a 60 ml, and then it's something which is really not going to work out. So you can do mishandling of alcohol, which is being bought to our notice, and then things go very wrong when the customers say, there are a lot of things I have experienced is that the guest will say, this is not 60 ml, this is not 30. Are you just joking with me? And then you have to actually not believe on a peg measure also. But it's a very strong point for us when we tell them, so this is an authorized by the government and sealed by the government and it's given by the government, and that's how we run in all the bars in India. And you just show them that peg measure, and that's the proof for you to witness that you're not cheating the guest. So that is something which is the two important things that investigator officer would definitely come and look at. If you don't have a peg measure in place, you are in trouble. Second thing, if the books are not filled up, you can't miss the dates. You can't keep 1 month inventory not filled up, and the hotel will definitely be filed for it. So if it's filed multiple times, you end up losing a license.
Okay, that was a very good answer, sir. So now we are starting with the questions from students. The chat box is already flooded with this question. So students, Vaibhav have a question that the pre-batch cocktails have deeper flavor because they have more time to mature. Is it true, sir?
I didn't get the question. Can you come back?
So pre-batching cocktails have deeper flavor because they have more time to mature. Is it true, sir?
Bitter flavor.
Deeper, more flavors.
No, that is not a pre-batch cocktail. That is something called as infusion.
Okay.
Infusion and pre-batching is two different steps. Pre-batching is something that you don't add your lime juice or any citrus to your drink and keep it, because you add lime juice at the end. The reason you add lime juice to the end to the cocktail is because it gets oxidized. So because if you leave lime juice for more than 30 minutes outside in open air, it will turn bitter. The more you keep it, for example, if pre-batching, you come and do a mise en place in the afternoon, and for evening operation, by the time you make a cocktail in the evening, it's gone for a toss, because it's not tastes the same way what it's tasting as a fresh lime juice that it is. So that is what Vaibhav is saying is, I believe, is infusions. Yes, we do infusions, but I would not say it is wrong. But however, it is now become an old school, because infusions is something which is you extract the flavor from that particular ingredient. For example, you take orange and you put a spirit, and you extract that oil from the zest, and you actually take out the flavor and use it for your cocktails. So it will not be a strength part for it, but however, yes, it makes your operation easy. It does not add to any alcohol type where it'll be, if I've kept it for one day, it'll be more strong, or just kept for 1 hour. It won't happen that, because it's only alcohol and it is fixed drinks that we are looking at. So, for example, you say old fashioned, the bitter, if I add 6 drops of Angustura bitters, or if I add a whiskey, bourbon whiskey, and if I just peel some orange and put it inside, yes, definitely if I put orange peel inside and keep it, it will extract more flavors because it's infusion. It is not pre-batch. But if I remove that orange flavor and just add the ingredient which is exactly what is needed to a old fashioned, then it is called a pre-batch.
Okay. Vaibhav, I hope you have got the answer from sir. Our next question is from a student. That is, sir, now the COVID pandemic have a lot of impact on hospitality industry. So those students which are in third year right now, so if they want to pursue as a bartender as a career in F&B department, what do you suggest in the current scenario?
See, the current scenario, honestly, even we are not aware of what's happening for us. To be honest, even we have lost a job for a long time. It's all, even we have experience. I have experience for 10 years now, and I got laid off from one of the companies. So it is the crisis situation at the moment. And I'm sure that this situation is not going to last for a long time. However, you guys, this is the right time for you to understand there's no much of practical sessions happening in colleges. Everything is closed, and you can't travel, and you're safe at home. But there are a lot of other things that you can keep yourself active. Firstly, it is social media. The bigger platform today, what we see in hospitality, is social media. So I'll give you one example. If you are really keen into bartending, there are a lot of online books. Apart from that, you're doing a college courses, you can go back. If you want, you can drop a message on Instagram to me. I can just share you some online courses. Or if you want, I can share it with Preetham sir or Sir Nikhil as well over the mail. I have some online courses where you can, there are basic cocktails, the history about the cocktails, who invented that cocktail, which is a glassware, why it is this cocktail called this. So basic things where you can actually get prepared for your coming interviews, which will really help you guys to, develop your career, and you can prepare. This is a lot of time where, most of the time what happens is we end up in Mumbai is traveling. So you save this time at home, and you get this time to actually focus and go and study something. It's all about research. When I say study, it's not only going and reading books. I'm sorry, I am also not that kind of a student who always likes to read books. But however, I like to see something which is virtual. You see something visual. You connect. For example, there's no harsh, or there's nothing wrong that we connect with someone who is a celebrity in the beverage industry, or someone who is really good. Or don't go with an expectation that the person will definitely reply. But for example, you're following someone on Instagram or on social media. You follow that person, and you just drop in a message asking him about how did you do this. You might not know. You might actually get a connection with them, and that's how you can build up. He also understand you, and the question probably that you asked, no one asked him before. So that's how you can build up your connection with the mentor or with the person who's doing that. Always follow people. Don't keep yourself close to your friends who are there in college, or person who is your senior doing your trade. Probably when if you guys are completing your training, just don't follow them. Go to a bigger channel of seeing, who is the beverage top 10 bartenders or top 20 bartenders in India. Follow them on Instagram. See what they are doing. Ask them questions. I'm sure today they will not reply. Tomorrow they will not reply. One day they will see this and they will reply, because they will feel that this question is sensible. You have to create your own introduction. Keep an introduction ready as to how would that person react to me? How would that person see my message and think that this is important? If you just ask a random person that, how did you make this? You do not feel that that's important to answer you, because there are other people also whom you work with. So your questionnaire that you prepare is very important. And that's how you can actually keep yourself motivated. There are a lot of online books that you can go if you're really interested in reading. There's history behind cocktail. Everything that you've done is before. There's something called it was prohibition period, the prohibition era where cocktail was invented. There are a lot of crazy bars right now in India which is called as speakeasy. So speakeasy also is a concept which I'll end while I end the session. I'll let you know what is speakeasy. But however, yes, these are all the bars that you can follow. These are the bartenders that you can follow. See what are the good bars in India. Who are the people behind that bar? Contact them. Start with your own country, your own state. Look for them, contact them. Probably if you get a chance to meet them, go speak to them. And that's how you build up the connection, and that's how you can see your passion will build up. Probably there's a guest lecture or a guest shift that they're doing, or guest bartending they're doing. Probably go to that bar, try one or two things of them, and that's how your passion. If you invest on all this, I'm sure your career will take you to a good path.
Okay, so here are we to our end of question and answer session. Thank you so much, Abhishek sir. That was a truly inspiring journey of yours. Your journey from ITM Khagar to the international bartender is truly inspiring for us. And you have mentioned a lot of things which we haven't know, that is pre-batching and everything students must have noted down. And your words are very inspiring for all the students who wants to pursue their career in bartending. Thank you so much, Abhishek sir. Over to Sakshi.
Hello? Hello?
Thank you so much, sir. Dear attendees, I have an incredible news for all of you. You all are getting a certificate of attendance for joining us. But now listen closely. A feedback link has been shared with you right there in your chat box. Fill it up quickly and you will receive your certificate shortly. I would also like to call my fellow co-host from FYBSC, Mr. Devanshu Mishra, for official vote of thanks. Over to you, Devanshu.
Thank you, Sakshi. Hangover may last for a day, but if it's a knowledge-induced hangover, then let it last for a lifetime. And one must crave for such knowledge hangovers, as this craving will eventually pave the way to success. I take this opportunity and extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Abhishek Shivade for taking out time and interacting with our attendees. Your session truly introduced us to the finer and the unknown aspects about the field of bartending. Thank you so much for conducting such an amazing session. I would also like to thank my professors at Sahyog College for introducing this session, for arranging this session, and for actualizing this session. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and drink responsibly but tip recklessly. Thank you and may God bless you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
I request all the participants to click on the link and fill up the feedback form so you get your certificates. So now we'll wait for 5 minutes and then we'll end up the session here.